Craigster here with another city update on my channel. We're on update number 3. Progress is being a lot slower than I anticipated. I was trying to do one every month, but I don't really want to film something when I haven't actually got anything to show. So it's about, I'm working on other projects and it's when I get round to doing work on the city. So straight off the back, you can see that Arkham's the same. That's what I documented last time, with it being an hour above and including the train station inside of it. Batman decided to park the 1989 Batmobile in there for safekeeping, but nothing's really changed. Haven't done anything more on the back, as you can see. I still haven't finished the bridge in the gap or doing any of the hiding of the trains that run underneath that shelf. What I have done is I have added another floor to the boutique hotel. Basically, I bought another set and I've added the first floor repeated as the second floor, which I think looks so much better and makes more sense of the hotel. It looks grander, it's got more rooms, the flesh colour now looks proper, like there's some contrast between that and the sand green and the dark nugget below. It just works so much better in my opinion. I just think it looks good, and it just makes that set a lot better. I've got rid of the palm tree because I'm not quite in the right area for palm trees, so I turned it into a little wine bar overhead, growing gazebo-y thingy with some grapes on. And again, I like that better. I think it fits more with the hotel and what customers would like to do. I finished off that edge with some more of the snake gridiron work, so that looks a lot better as well. I'm really pleased with it, how it's come out. I've not changed any of the interior. I might do something to the downstairs, add a chair in. I might change one of the rooms in one of the floors, but it's not high on my priority list to do that because it's perfectly functional as it is. And next up, I've added a floor to the police station. So these are my main changes that I want to do with modulars. I like the modulars. I don't want to have them not in my city. I don't want all of them in my city because there isn't room. I only want to work with 32 by 32 base plate, so it's important to me that I add floors to give them, what they need really to add extra office space, because I can only really go up in the plan that I've got in my head with the city and the size that it is. It's not going to be a huge city. It's more about being able to do something nice with a train loop in a decent sized space. So I picked the first floor, and repeated that because I like the blue shutters, and it also gives an extra room for above the donut shop. So I'm going to probably do the interior of that so that you can actually get internally from the first floor to the second floor, with a bedroom sort of living room. And I don't want them to have to go up the fire escape out the back to get to the upstairs, so some kind of spiral staircase maybe. Try and see if I can squeeze that in. The police station, I'm going to get rid of the jail cell on the bottom floor, turn that into a property store, and then I will add the jail cells, or as a custody suite as they are called here in the UK, onto that first floor. So there is going to be 4 cells and a custody sergeant for anybody that has been arrested. I will leave the second floor as it is and the top floor as it is. I'm just going to make the changes to the additional floor that I've added. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how that turns out and how it looks against the hotel, which again is important because I want it to look good, but I don't want to change the set too much, and I don't want to be fully custom with it because then I'd have to display the police station somewhere else, and I want to use my room and space best I can. I like the fact that it does look like it could fit in Gotham City as well. And as the camera's been moving around, you've probably noticed that the Bugle has changed. So I finally got around to changing it into Wayne Tower, as I said I would. I've taken inspiration from the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight series and the Wayne Tower that is used. It's an American building, I think, that they've used. The way it comes out the bottom gives more space, uses the 32 by 32 base plate better, puts not window frames across the top so it lets light into the bottom floor as well. Haven't done any of the interiors in this. That'll be next, and then I'll do probably do a more detailed video of Wayne Tower. So I've left it as it is at the moment. The second and third floors are now bigger to accommodate the proper lift shaft, which gives them room that I haven't finished yet. So that basically you'll be able to see in a bit where the tiling stops, because I haven't actually done anything with those interiors. But essentially the second and third floor are now the same depth as the first floor. They don't dink in where the balcony was. Obviously added the roof, added the logo. You can see the lift shaft slightly on the back there. The challenge I set with this one was to not have to buy any more parts. I didn't want to get going and think, oh, I'll run out of that one, so I'll have to go to Bricklink and get it. I wanted to just use the parts that I had in my existing parts collection, and that was quite challenging because there were times when I didn't have enough to do what I wanted to do in the right colours, so I had to stop and find something that I did and change it around. I'd got a load of the sand green roof slopes a long time ago, and I've always wanted to use those, but not quite enough to make the roof any bigger. I didn't want to take the fire escape off because I didn't want to swap it for a black one, which I have the pieces for, because then I would have been left with a load of red pieces for the fire escape. So I decided not to bother and moved it to the back, which I think works really well because it runs the other side of the lift shaft. Wouldn't have had enough of these smaller window panels to do everything, so I put in standard door frame windows, and it allowed me to put a door in that actually gets onto the fire escape, because that was one thing that really bugged me on the Bugle, is that you couldn't get onto the fire escape because it was actually, the windows were the locked in ones. Now they can, so they can use the fire escape. I wanted to keep the lift doors as is. I like them. I couldn't get them to slide without it really compromising the space and structure, so they hinge in and out, but they still look the same when they're shut, with the little up arrows and the buttons, which I think was really cool. And obviously they're all on the same plane now, whereas before it was a bit weird because obviously those elevator doors were slightly in, as you can see from here where the tiles aren't. They were right up to there, which wouldn't have matched with any of the other floors below it, which again, it bugged me. I understand why the designer did it, but this is the beauty of Lego, you can change it. Yeah, there's the fire escape on the back, on the side of the lift shaft, and that is going to be a working lift shaft. As I've done the roof, I've got room to put the mechanism in for a lift, either motorised or hand winched, but I've set all that out so that it'll drop into place when I do get around to doing it. And like I say, when I do all the interiors and finish that off, I'll probably do another video on the changes. There's a snot piece on the side there that I'm going to get rid of, that was where the you could attach the little Spider Pig vehicle to. Added air conditioning to every floor. Yeah, just really happy with how it came out, again, with the size, the way it looks, the windows on the bottom. Really pleased with it, how they all go together, and the fact that I haven't had to go out and buy any extra parts. All those grey rail pieces that are on the sides, the way I designed it ended up being everyone that was in the set was used again. If I'd have gone another floor higher, like I've seen other Bugles go, it would have struck too many buildings behind it and it wouldn't have looked right where it is. So I'm really pleased with the fact that, I've not had to add an extra floor to this one to make a change. And essentially the Bugle is still there in essence, the core of it, so it would be easy to change back if I wanted to. Yeah, I'm just really happy with how that's turned out. I think it's slightly different. One of the things that I noticed quite quickly was you can see where I've put in some extra rail pieces on those pull-out windows. That's replaced the bits that were like the white poles that stuck out that I didn't really like. So it's given it a nice, cool, different effect on the front. And again, those rail pieces, some of the ones that were in there, were left over from when I started converting it. So I haven't had to go out and get any more of those. So yeah, if you would like to suggest anything that you think is not right, or things that you do like, please leave a comment. Also grateful if you could give us a cheeky thumbs up, and if you like the video, and subscribe, just so the channel gets a little bit more traction. I'm going to be doing the Batcave project again next, and then I will start looking. I think we'll be lifting up Ninjago and getting that train loop finished. But I've also got a castle mock on the go, so there'll be a city update when there is something to update on, in the words of Jang. But yeah, it's coming along nicely. I'm really pleased with it. Thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.